Hey everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and do a midweek reading. I'm going to go ahead and take a look into Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and the Karmic. What I do want to say is, I will be reading on the Karmic, but I'm not, my days of Karmic bashing are over. If you guys have been following me a while here on YouTube, then you know that maybe, in the beginning of, me being here, I wasn't always the nicest to the Karmic, but what happens is as you continue on your journey, you go from a place of anger and bitterness to a place of solitude and peace. And so, because I have been on my journey for a long time, and I'm actually, in union now with my Divine Masculine, where he was with a Karmic for 2 years. We are now back together. Definitely, I'm definitely more at a place of peace because, I evolved on my journey. And so, and before he and I got back together, I was already evolving, okay? Part of this process, it can be tricky, because some people will say that, we really shouldn't be concentrating on the Karmic. You should just be concentrating on yourself, your healing and whatnot. And though that is true, what I have to say is everybody's different. I know that I was one of those, divine feminines who I started because when I was, back then, there wasn't a lot of Karmic readers out there to begin with. That's how I became a third-party reader, because there wasn't very many out there. And I would, try to look for readings, and I just couldn't find any that were, that were resonating for me because I was in a third-party situation. And so, that's how I became, here on the journey. And so or on YouTube, should I say, doing third-party readings. So in the beginning, I really needed that, but as I evolved, it was kind of like, I don't really need to know about her as much anymore. I don't need to know about the Karmic as much anymore. So I stopped watching readings from other readers, where I did in the beginning. I stopped that. I continued to read because I'm a reader, and I'm really trying to help those who are in three-party situations. That's my whole deal, is I want to help those who are in a third-party situation, because I've been there. I lived it. I lived the story, and I came out of it the wiser. I came out of it the successful. So I can help you, So anyways, but again, I'm not for Karmic bashing. Now, if some energies come out that do indicate some, foul play and, some deceptive things, well, I will tell you about it. But again, I'm not going to be like, oh, this, dirty, rotten scoundrel. I'm not going to be like, and I really try not to use profanity, because I feel like it's not respectful to the divine who we are calling in to help us do readings. So, I may, throw in a cleaner version of profanity, but I certainly don't use hate and foul profanity. So just if you ever hear me using some slight profanity, don't judge me too hard, because I really try not to use foulness. But anyways, let's get on with this reading. I just wanted to say that really quick, because I wanted you to understand that don't let other people discourage you because you feel you need to hear a reading on the Karmic, okay? Don't let other people make you feel bad about that. There's a lot of that going on in the community right now, where it's like, oh, you shouldn't be, y'all shouldn't be listening to readings on the Karmic. That's just wrong. But no, okay? Let's just put a stop to that right now. Because if this is what's going to make you heal, and this is what's going to help you to heal, to get to that evolved point, then do it. At some point, you will get to the place where you won't need it anymore, I promise. But this is part of your healing. And if you need this right now, then it's fine, and you shouldn't let people discourage you. That's, Okay, let me get on with this reading, because I've already spoke too much. How many? 4 minutes. Okay, all right. So, let's go ahead and get on with this reading. So we're going to go ahead and start with Divine Masculine, see what the current energy is for Divine Masculine. So we're in a three-party situation, Spirit. What is the current energy? Current energy for Divine Masculines in a three-party situation. Okay, those are slipping out of my hand. All right. All right, so first card out, we do have the Knight of Wands coming out. The Knight of Wands is not one of my it's not a card I particularly like, especially for Divine Masculines, okay? It's just not, you know, it's worse when the Knight of Wands is in reverse, but I'm not doing reversals today. I'm not reading reversals today. But yeah, the Knight of Wands is it's not a great card, okay? We also have the Ten of Wands coming out and the Two of Pentacles. So already, you know, we do have some juggling. We do have some juggling. We have some burdens. We do have the King of Cups coming out here, though, which is good. But yeah, I don't really like these other cards too much. So the first card, like I said, we have the Knight of Wands coming out. Okay, so you know the Knight of Wands is, you know, so the Knight of Wands is a passionate guy. All right, he can be romantic, and you know he's a lover. You know, but the thing about him is he's sketchy. Again, he's worse when he is, you know, in the reverse, but I'm not reading reversals today. So, you know, this could very well still be, you know, one of those Divine Masculines who is sketchy and who is those love them and leave them types, you know, but again, because I'm not reading reversals today, you know, we'll just go with the cleaner version of the Knight of Wands again. So he's somebody who, you know, he's romantic, you know, because he, you know, he's a fire sign, obviously, and, you know, he has a lot of passion, you know, and men with a lot of passion, you know, they like sex, and, you know, but the problem is that they have a hard time committing, okay? They're sketchy because it's like they can come towards you with all this hot and heavy energy, and then you know they may go back, you know, to the third party, and you know you may not hear from them, you know, for a while, you know, and that's just sketchy energy, and that's why I don't particularly like the Knight of Wands so much, okay? And it's coming out with so here's the good news. The good news is that it is coming out next to the Ten of Wands. Then we have the Two of Pentacles and then the King of Cups. So I like the order that this is in. Okay, I like the order that this is in, because I have a storyline here, and the storyline is telling me that this person who's had this type of energy for so long is now getting tired of it. Okay, they're getting tired. They're getting tired of it themselves. You know, it's starting to become a burden to them, okay? Because I'm sure that, you know, they understand that this type of energy is not good for you, okay? If they're, coming around, like I said, and seeing you, and then, you don't even hear from them, for a week after that, they're just coming around for some good loving, and then, kind of taking off and you don't hear from them. It hurts you, right? It hurts you. And so I feel like it's been a burden on you, but because it's burdened you and it's hurt you, I feel as though, you've maybe made it clear to them that you don't like this energy. And so now they're kind of starting to see that this energy has burdened your connection. Okay? It's burdened your connection. And so then again, we have, the Two of Pentacles here, which is about juggling. So of course there's you and there's, this third person. So, this is part of the reason why they are in this energy, is because, they have somebody else and then they have you, and there's this juggling. But again, I do feel like even though this person has had this energy with you, I do feel like they're getting tired of it, okay? They see the burden it has caused on your connection, and the juggling has now become a burden. Okay, so I do feel like now, where they were a knight with some sketchy energy, now they're wanting to evolve from a knight to a king, but a king who's loving. Okay, somebody who can be more reliable. All right, so we're going from somebody who's a knight and sketchy and not really reliable or committed to you, to somebody who's now getting tired of that and tired of juggling, and they're wanting to step it up and become a king. Okay, and that's good. That's why I like the order that it's in. All right, because now, had this been reversed, well, then that been bad news. All right, because that would mean that they are, demoting themselves. In this particular order, well, as I'm reading it here, they are upgrading rather than demoting themselves. They're upgrading from a knight to a king, and not just any king, but the King of Cups. Okay, the King of Cups, who is again loving and is willing to put their emotions into it, rather than just what's in their pants. Okay, rather than just that. They're willing to open up their emotions more and be more loving with you and being more committed with you. Okay, so that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Divine Feminine. Current energy for Divine Feminine. Sometimes this sheepskin, I have a hard time shuffling on it sometimes. So current energy for Divine Feminine. Ooh. So Divine Feminine. Wow, no wonder this Divine Masculine is burdened. It's coming out very, very clearly with Divine Feminine why these burdens are, are causing conflict to the connection. Very, very clear here. One more card, Spirit. One more card for Divine Feminine. One more card for Divine Feminine. Wow. So, wow. Okay, so the storylines are definitely intertwining. I will tell you that. Okay, so number one, yes, this burden has definitely caused strife in your connection. Okay, this energy has caused a lot of strife, because look, we do have the Seven of Swords coming out for Divine Feminine. We have the Emperor, we have the Seven of Swords, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so listen, it's very, very clear that this Divine Feminine wants somebody who is responsible, who is committed to this relationship, who is going to be her true divine masculine, the Emperor. Okay, and quite frankly, she's not seeing this. This is what she wants, but she's not seeing it in this divine masculine. Okay, all she sees him as a thief in the night, you know, somebody who just comes around and, you know, comes for a hot and heavy night and then, you know, is gone back, you know, to the third party, you know. And so she's starting to feel like, you know, he's just a thief in the night, somebody who's, you know, messing with her, messing with the karmic, and he can't seem to get it together. Okay, and so I feel like, you know, she has definitely, you know, express the burden that it is causing to this connection. She has, you know, so I feel like Divine Feminines are expressing to this Divine Masculine, hey, I am tired of this energy of you coming around, you know, being like a tomcat in the night. You know, I need you to be a true Divine Feminine who's going to, Divine Masculine who's going to be committed, who's going to, you know, show the kind of person that you're supposed to be. You know, this is not how you're supposed to be. Okay, this is not the energy that you're supposed to be in. If you are a divine masculine, we are, you know, in this connection and we are twins, then you should not be acting like a Knight of Wands. You should be acting like a king. Okay, you should be acting like a true divine masculine. You should be the Emperor that you are, and you need to change your attitude. You need to change your mannerisms. You need to change and be the person that you are meant to be. Okay, and so I feel like she's like put an ultimatum. She's even willing for him to be a knight. Okay, she would settle for him being a Knight of Pentacles rather than this Knight of Wands. Okay, because at least with the Knight of Pentacles, this is somebody who, you know, he may come in slow. You know, he may take his time, but at least when he comes in worthy. Okay, he comes in worthy, and he, you know, is able to be committed and give, give something more than just this, you know, this once in a while, you know, sex adventure, and then is, you know, then doesn't hear from you for a while, you know. So, you know, she's willing to, you know, settle for, again, you know, the Knight of Pentacles, somebody who, you know, comes in slow, but, you know, slow and steady wins the race. You know, at least, you know, they come in more honorable, and, you know, and not only are they honorable, but they're committed, and they're able to at least show more emotions. This is a divine masculine who doesn't show his emotions at all. He just shows his passions. Okay, and that's not what she wants. She'll settle. She wants the Emperor. Okay, she wants the whole thing, but she'll settle. She'll settle for the Knight of Pentacles, because at least the Knight of Pentacles is honorable. Okay, and I feel as though. I do feel as though there's been some type of ultimatum here. I do, because we're ending with the Nine of Pentacles, which is basically the single card. You can see in this card, this is a woman who is like, you know, get it together, or I am single. I will, you know, take my losses, and I will, you know, I will have to, concentrate on me and be strong for myself and concentrate on the life that I want to live, And so I feel like there has been a conversation to this divine masculine, and I feel like that is the reason why he is getting it together and going from a knight to a king. Okay, because he now is understanding the burdens that this is causing divine feminine. Okay, she has given him an ultimatum: get it together, be an emperor, or at least be the Knight of Pentacles. Stop being this thief in the night, and get it together, or I'm gone, and I will concentrate on myself and my stronger version of myself. Independent, strong, and getting my life together for me. And so I do feel like this is the reason why he is evolving from a knight to a king. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look now at what's going on with the karmic. And again, I'm not reading reversals, so if it does pop out in reverse, I will switch it. So I just didn't get a chance to fix the deck. The other ones were fine, but this one I know had reversals in it. I didn't get a chance to put them all upright, so that's what I'm saying. If it comes out reverse, I'm gonna have to be fair. If I'm reading all of these uprights, I have to read this upright as well. So, all right. So current energy for the karmic. Current energy for the karmic. Well, these two cards came out together, so I am going to go ahead and take them, okay? So, this karmic, so it's very clear to this karmic that this divine masculine has love somewhere else, okay? Which we already have, the King of Cups up here, all right? So, just validation here. I feel like this karmic knows, all right, that he has love and emotions somewhere else. Okay, he has options. Seven of Cups, he has options. She's trying to stay strong, she's trying to stay strong, but at the end of the day, she knows that her connection has basically gone from has basically taken a demotion to, it's basically at, a page level now, the connection between the karmic and, now, so where, this divine masculine, started out as a knight is willing to evolve to a king. With the karmic, here he, the connection is starting out as a page level, not even on a knight status, but a page, but then this particular page is about new, this page is about, someone wanting to, have a new adventure, has a new idea in their mind, and they're wanting to, move towards that, because wands are about action, right? So they're wanting to take, so I just feel like this page is basically saying the divine masculine has, sees where he has been with his connection with the divine feminine, how he's acted in the past, where he wants to evolve. And so, now it's like the enthusiasm is there now to want to evolve, okay? It's there now to want to evolve, and I feel like this karmic knows that. Where I feel like this karmic knows that, he's in love with somebody else, the King of Cups, giving emotions to somebody else. He just has some, he's just, she knows that he's wanting a new adventure. And, yeah, she's trying to be strong through it. She's trying to be strong through it, but she knows that, he's got other options, and that the time is going to come or he's going to make another choice. Okay? Because he loves someone, she knows that he has feelings for somebody else. And we have the Death card, which is basically saying that she knows that the time is coming. It's coming. She knows it's only a matter of time, because she knows that he has love and feelings for someone else. Next to the options card, this king is coming up next to the options card, and eventually he's got to make a choice. And I think she knows, this is the reason why she's trying to be strong for herself. You can't really blame her. She understands that, he's got options, he's got love for somebody else, and eventually their connection is going to come to an end. So it's not exactly, it's not exactly a good time for her. She is trying to be brave, and she's trying to have, courage through it. But at the end of the day, she knows it's come to an end. All right. So that's, that's unfortunate, for her. But I feel like Divine Feminine has just said enough is enough. It's time for you to make a choice. What do you want to do? Do you want to continue on this, route, just juggling? Or, are you going to get it together and start putting some commitment to our connection? Because if you're not, then it's time for me to be single. And so I feel like that's what's causing this Divine Masculine to now, just move forward, evolve, and now is willing to commit. Okay, so it's just a matter of time of putting this karmic relationship to an end so that he can move forward. All right, so let's see. Let's just pull a couple of cards here to let's pull one for Divine Feminine. One for Divine Masculine. Give me a card for Divine Masculine, Spirit. Divine Masculine. Wow, so we have the card that's coming out for Divine Masculine is we have trust. It says, it is safe to trust in this situation. So, it could be that, with this card coming out, it could be that, part of the reason this Divine Masculine was always stuck in this energy was because maybe he just, maybe he was just scared to really trust in, putting an end to this karmic situation and moving forward with the Divine Feminine. It could just be that, sometimes it's hard to make that transition, it's hard to make that transition. Listen, I seen it with my husband, okay? He wanted out of that karmic relationship for so long, but he was just scared to make the transition, because he was already settled, and, they had a home together, and, he had everything he could possibly wanted, the karmic that he was with, she inherited a lot of money. And so, she basically spoiled my husband. I will say that she spoiled him. Okay. She did. But, even money cannot change the feelings. Okay. And as much as it was, good there, she spoiled him, gave him everything he wanted, it just couldn't really change the heart, and so it was hard for him to make that transition. So, this is divine masculine who I just feel I feel as though, you know, they've been a bit, you know, reluctant and scared, but I feel as though now they're starting to trust the situation, that things will be okay, that if they do let this karmic go, that they can have, you know, a good relationship, you know, they can have a good relationship, you know, with the divine feminine. He just needs to trust in it, okay? So I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. So let's go ahead and pull one for divine feminine. All right, so two cards turned over, and I'm gonna go ahead and take them. So we have addiction and we have wait. Ooh. so, all right, so the addiction, we already know what this is, okay? We already know what this is, okay? We started out with this, okay? So you know, I feel as though. And then we have wait, which says, you know, the timing is not quite right. So I feel like this, you know, divine feminine is kind of like, you know, she feels as though, you know, this divine masculine probably has, you know, a sex addiction, you know, and so she feels like, you know, because of that, you know, this, you know, the timing. Between, you know, both of them was not right because of this, and this is the reason why some, you know, ultimatums have been made. You know, I mean, you really can't get more clear. You have the Seven of Swords here. We have the Knight of Wands here. You know, this is somebody again who's, you know, sneaking around and stuff like that. So I feel as though she just felt like, you know, things. So this divine feminine really felt like, you know, she couldn't, you know, she felt as though the timing is not right because she does feel like he probably has a sex addiction. All right. But what I feel is that even though this is how some divine feminines feel, I feel like this divine masculine is willing to show her that no, this is not the case. Okay? Because again, he sees the burden that this thinking that the divine feminine has, how much it's caused, the burdens it's caused on your connection, that now he's willing to upgrade from this knight to a king. He's starting to want to put trust in the connection and wants the divine feminine to trust in him. Okay, so even though the divine feminine may feel like this, I feel like this divine masculine is wanting to show her that he can be a better person. Okay, I just do. I mean, especially with this trust coming out, I just feel like he's definitely willing to show her that no, you're wrong. I actually can be this emperor that you need me to be. This loving king that you need me to be. I can be that. I need you to trust me, divine feminine. You know. So yeah, a lot of divine feminines out there right now are not. That's not to say the love isn't there. The love is there. It's just that they feel like, you know, maybe you can't leave the karmic because, you know, you're addicted to sex. You know, having sex with me, having sex with them, you know, that this is just something that's going on in their mind, you know, because divine feminines, I mean, women, we all tend to, you know, overthink things and like put stuff in our minds that's not really true, you know. So I do feel like, you know, especially with the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords coming out, I really feel like, you know, these divine feminines this is how they feel, you know, this is how they feel, but this divine masculine is willing to prove this wrong and be a better man. Okay, so let's pull one for the karmic here. One for the karmic. So the card that's coming out for the karmic is friendship. This friendship is leading to more. So I feel like okay, so listen. I just got I just channeled a whole new scenario here. So, but going back to the original scenario, I feel like, so for some karmics, okay, they feel like, yes, they know that there's another person in, you know, this divine masculine's life. And, you know, it says friendship, and it says, you know, this friendship is leading to more. I feel like, again, this just goes with that same storyline that, you know, she understands that, you know, her time is going to come to an end. He has feelings for somebody else, and those feelings are just growing, you know. She probably feels like this was somebody that he's made friends with, and, you know, the relationship has just evolved, okay? Something along those lines. On another note, okay, another storyline could also be that, you know, this karmic may have options, okay? And this karmic may have somebody else. Somebody who was a friend to her because things are not going good between her and the divine masculine. Somebody that she's befriended, and things have evolved between this other person that she's met. Things have evolved, and she's starting to have feelings. She has options. She's still in this relationship. She's still trying to stick it out, you know, but things are evolving with somebody else. And, you know, she's wanting to put an end to this connection with this divine masculine, okay? She's the one who's now taking actions towards a new adventure, okay? A new adventure with a new friendship that's evolving, somebody she's having feelings with, okay? That's a whole nother scenario there. The first one still applies, but there is a second scenario here. Some karmics have started friendships that is now growing, and it looks like they're wanting to now put an end to the relationship because they have options, 7 of Cups, and they've fallen for this person. It's led to more, all right? And and maybe some divine feminines know about it too, because again, this is a card about, you know, sneaking around. Maybe some divine feminines have found out too. I mean, this again is a whole different storyline, all right? So some divine feminines have found out that the karmic is seeing somebody else, and probably has told the divine masculine. And so this is why now he's like starting to evolve too, and is starting to trust in his connection more with the divine feminine. So that's a whole different storyline. So if that, you know, resonates for some of you, that's a whole nother. So if you know that the karmic is befriended somebody else and you feel like it's starting to evolve, the connection between this karmic and this divine masculine is coming to an end. Now it doesn't matter, you know, because still death is still coming out regardless for the karmic. So the karmic relationship is coming to an end regardless. But, you know, for some it's because this divine for some it's because the karmic has, you know, befriended somebody else and it's starting to grow. And for others, it's because this divine masculine is just realized that it's time for him to commit. It's time for him to commit to his divine feminine, because he doesn't want her to get away, all right? So that's what we have for that. I'm just going to pull one last card here. Just one last card to close this out. One last card to close this out. So one last card here to close this situation out, Spirit. One last card to close this whole situation out. And don't forget to like and subscribe if this reading resonates for you. Press the like button and press the bell notification as well so that you can get my videos when they upload, okay? Wow, so the card that we have to end this is forgive and forget, okay? A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Pain and lies arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. So, wow. So a ritual cleansing of pain and lies arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. So listen, basically this is saying, you know, a ritual does need to happen to cleanse the pain and lies, okay? And the thing about it is, I feel like this is what Spirit is saying, that this has to be done for everybody, all three. This divine masculine needs to cleanse. The feminine needs, so the divine masculine needs to cleanse because, you know, he's been the one, you know, going between two women, you know, and he, you know, could very well have an addiction. He needs to cleanse that, okay? The you know, the lies and stuff like that. Divine feminine needs to cleanse for the pain, and the karmic needs to, you know, needs to cleanse for forgiveness. And also if she's doing lies, you know, this is just Spirit saying that all three of these people, divine masculine, divine feminine, and the karmic, need to have some type of cleansing so that you can forgive each other, okay? And when there's forgiveness, then everybody can be at peace and you can move on, okay? And that's why it says, you know, see a new sunrise. So this is basically saying that, you know, have some cleansing done. Forgive, you know, for some of the things that have happened that have caused pain, you know, for all three of you. It's time to have peace and, you know, forgive each other. And when you forgive each other, then, you know, good things will come out of that. A new dawn will happen because of that. You know, you can't hold on to the anger and pain. You have to let it go. You have to forgive. You have to let it, you know, put it behind you so that you can all move forward, you know, abundantly. All right. So anyways, that's what I have for you guys. You know, do concentrate on forgiving each other, okay? Cleansing that forgiveness, forgetting about it, and good things will come out of it, okay? So if anybody's interested in a personal reading, the information is always in the description box, and have a good one. Bye-bye.